think we're set. All right, so we're going to continue on athletic ready posture, but we're going to do it more into stretch now as we get into way more functional stretch as we're doing athletic ready posture. Because this week when we played pickleball, it's amazing to see the group that we've been playing pickleball with improve. They went from, it was very interesting. I'm just like, oh my God, Mario and I are getting into sport of old people. Everyone was all bent over, everyone was bow-legged, no one could stand up straight. To suddenly, they're looking super agile, they're starting to bend their knees, they can do overhead smashes now. It's really amazing to see in such a short amount of time. But that's what happens when we reconnect back into athletic posture. So that's what we're gonna work on today, is that athletic posture. And we're gonna work on it knowing that athletic posture is creating a spring load in the lower half of your body, so your legs become the shock absorbers, and the upper half of your body lengthens to set you up for something called the riding reflex, which gets your head over top of the body. And that's probably one of the most profound things that we've seen with this pickleball group, is their heads are starting to get over the top of their bodies, so they're not looking like little old people anymore. They're starting to stand up straight because they have to see the game, they have to track a ball, and they have to be athletically agile, so their head has to be over top of their body. So this is what is entailed in athletic ready posture. So we're gonna work on that today. But we're gonna start out from basics, feet parallel, hips width apart. Here's your ASIS, here's your pubic symphysis. Midway in between is that hips width apart. Push down with that big toe and corresponding metatarsal head, outer four toes and corresponding metatarsal heads. And finally, that little pinky toe, which is so important in the equation of the outer four toes, and your heel. 1/3 the weight through the balls of your feet, 1/3 the weight through your toes, and 1/3 the weight through your heels. Set you up in the athletic ready posture as we bend the legs. You're gonna fire up your calves, your quad. You're gonna let your hips come back. You're gonna fire up your pelvic floor, first chakra. Second chakra, your lower abs. Third chakra, upper abs, as you get your head over the top of your pelvic floor. Abs are nice and tight. This is where we're gonna start, actually. We're gonna start with our little hoe down squat. You're just gonna squat down and lift up. See what it feels like to have your knees go straight forward instead of going into varum. We don't wanna see this kind of hoe down. We want to see your knees going forward. And we especially do not want to see, this is called valgum. So we want the knees going straight forward, straight back. Just see what this feels like. Feel what it feels like to keep the core engaged. You should feel major muscle groups and not your joints, because we're working muscles and not joints. Okay. We're going to continue just warming up as we stretch out the bottoms of our feet. You're going to take the ball, put it underneath your left foot. You're going to keep your feet parallel. You're rolling your foot out with your legs straight. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. First, second, third chakras are on. Keep those feet parallel. It's okay if your feet go side to side or do figure eights, as long as they're parallel. And then we're going to bend our knees, same thing. Keep those feet parallel. Smiles are up. Okay, and then we're going to switch feet. Both legs are straight, abs are nice and tight. You're breathing and you're smiling up, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and heart to the horizon. Jaws relax. Notice tension in your foot as you bend both knees. Keep those feet parallel. You are breathing. Okay, now we're recording. Roll everything out. Okay, good. Take the ball out from underneath your foot. See what the ground feels like underneath you. It should feel more flat, more forgiving underneath your foot. And then we're going to take the block and put it underneath the ball of your left foot. Abs are nice and tight. This is kind of where it starts. Feet parallel, knees over tops of feet. We're going to start our athletic motion with a squat. Feel what it feels like to bend the knees and have the knees only go forward, no other direction, especially medial. Keep your abs engaged. We have to be able to stand on uneven surfaces and be able to do movement. Okay. How many is that?
15.
20. Right?
15.
Oh. Mario's back. Counting is good. What number?
19. 20.
Okay, so you're gonna take your arms over top of your head. You're gonna go back and forth. Try not to have aberrant motion in your knees. This is torso motion. How many is that?
8. 10.
Okay, and then we're gonna take it down, around, up. Because you gotta be able to move on uneven surfaces and maintain athletic, ready posture. Don't let anything go into your low back. We're loading muscles and not joints. The number? I knew it.
10.
Opposite direction. Remember to fully extend back behind you, hinge from the hips to go down, knees point forward, motion through your torso and shoulders, but not through your knees.
Keep your knees externally rotated.
That 10?
Last one.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, let's switch sides. I forgot what we did. Okay, so your heel is down, the abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. Go into our squat. Keep breathing. Keep your abs engaged. Feel what it feels like to bend and have your knees go straight forward and not out lateral or in medial. Keep your abs engaged. No pressure in your low back.
20.
Good. We're gonna go above us. Smiles are up. Ten?
10.
Okay, circle it around now. Watch the alignment of your knees. No pressure in your low back. If you feel pressure in your low back, it means you need to bend your knees, stick your butt out more, and engage your abdominal muscles. This is some of the hardest motion because you're changing the level of your heart.
Direction.
When you change the level of your heart, you change blood pressure, and it costs calories. And that is a monetary unit of the human body. The number?
10.
I knew it. And it should also help your golf swing. Stand on 2 feet once again. Notice what things are feeling like. It should feel much more natural to bend your knees now. Chest up, abs engaged. We're going to do a hip circle now. Try not to move your head because we're doing that riding reflex. So we're trying to keep that head still. How do you like our yoga mat that we're using as a curtain? Opposite direction. Just see what things feel like. Okay. Left foot goes on the block. Right foot's gonna go back behind you and then across midline. Your feet are gonna run parallel, your abs are engaged. You're gonna stick out your booty cheek because you're gonna stretch your glute max and your soleus muscle. Chest will be up nice and tall. Suck in your tummy. Really stick out that booty. It's all about stretching your glute max and that calf muscle. Knee will not be over the top of your foot. Normally it is, but this time it's not. Stretch forward, lengthen, really reach. No pressure in your low back. That's why we're using the roller. Abs are engaged. You should feel a nice stretch. Okay, here we go. Bend and straighten that rear leg. This is that athletic ready position. Your knees are bent and you're able to move. Foot always goes back to the same spot. Head is not moving. Abs are engaged. Keep breathing.
10.
Yay. Maria's here. Switch sides. Going for that same stretch as you take your leg across midline. Your feet are parallel. Front knee is bent off to the side. Abs are nice and tight. We're stretching forward. Feeling a big stretch in your glute max and your soleus muscle. Suck in your tummy. Keep breathing. So we're stretching the calves and the butt because those are essential for this athletic motion.
10.
Bend and straighten that rear leg. Whoa. Try not to move your head. Keep your abs engaged. Foot always goes back to the same spot. Suck in that tummy.
10.
Okay, good. Standing on 2 feet. We're gonna bend or put your left foot on the block. Heel is down and you're gonna grab your right foot. Chest will go up, abs are nice and tight. Okay, we're gonna first do squats. You're gonna squat down and then come back out. Squat. Keep your abs engaged, no pressure in your low back. Suck in that tummy. Okay, now take that leg back behind you. Stretch. Abs on, no pressure into your low back. Front knee is bent, your booty's sticking out. This is why people don't like running on unlevel surfaces. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Heel is down. Watch the alignment of knee over top of your foot. Grab a hold of that left foot with your right hand. And here we go, squatting away. It's not a big squat, but it's an important squat. Smiles up, eyes up. Ooh, cramp. Okay, take that leg back behind you as we deepen that stretch. No pressure in your low back. You should feel stretch in your butt and in your calf and in your quad. Switch sides again.
Okay, I'm glad we have the air conditioning.
Oh yeah, this is so nice. This little unit, as small as it is, has an air conditioner in it. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do a forward fold here. Your left foot's on the block, your right foot's on the ground, your left heel is down. You wanna as straight a spine as possible. I don't care how far you go, just straight spine. No pressure in your low back. Your abs are on, your pelvic floor is on, you're turning your knees out. Feel your hamstrings open up, your calves open up, and your shoulders. So open up the latissimus dorsi. Okay, bend and straighten both legs. This is a tuck position if you're skiing. You want to put the pressure into your quads and not into your knees. Okay, come back all the way up. You're going to counter stretch in the opposite direction. You can even take your arms over top of your head, whoops, if you'd like. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Okay, let me grab my roller again. And we're switching sides. Okay, same thing, forward fold, straight spine. You should feel stretch in your calf. You should feel stretch in your hamstring, maybe even your butt. But where you shouldn't feel it is your low back. Abs are nice and tight. Long through the spine, long through the shoulders. Abs are engaged, pelvic floor is on as we now squat. Keep breathing. Both knees are bending.
10.
Okay, come all the way back up again. Arms go over top of your head as you rock from side to side. Excellent. So we're working on different components of the athletic ready position. So we have to be able to bend the lower extremities and we have to be able to lengthen through the upper half of the body to do different activities through this range of motion with our knees bent. This is why this is so important, so you don't end up like the Asian old men around this neighborhood that walk like that. Okay? So we're now going to put our left knee on the block, right foot forward. So in order to get in the athletic ready position, you have to be able to bend your knee. We're going to work on bending our knee, but first we're going to work on balancing on it. Head's over the top of the block, abs are engaged. You're going to do hip circles. Once again, we're activating that riding reflex. Smiles are up. Opposite direction. Try not to move your right knee. Okay. Now, we work on flexibility. Stay in this position. Don't push your hips forward yet. You're just going to bend and straighten that rear leg. We're getting range of motion. We're working the hamstring. Okay. We're going to push your hips forward. And we're going to do the same thing. Going to bend and straighten that rear leg. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. Chest up, eyes up, heart up. You should feel no pressure in your knee because this is non-weight bearing on the knee.
10.
Okay, reach back, grab a hold of that foot. We're going to stretch it forward. Abs are nice and tight. And you can pump. Try to get your heel to your butt. Abs are nice and tight. So that's really surprising how much we're going to switch legs. The work that we're doing really shapes your butt. And when you don't do it, how flat things get.
Flat and wide.
Yes, we know from experience. Head over top of the block. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. You're on your right knee. Hip circles. Suck in that tummy. See what it feels like. Keep breathing.
10,
Opposite direction. Activate that righting reflex. Keep your abs engaged. Okay, you're gonna bend and straighten that rear leg. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Abs. No pressure in your low back, no pressure in your knee. And you're breathing.
10,
Okay, we're gonna push forward, do the same thing. Bend and straighten that rear leg. You should feel that hamstring working. Okay, reach back with that right hand, grab a hold of that left foot, and we're gonna stretch forward. Keep the abs engaged. Good. You're gonna come off the block, onto the ground. You're gonna come into kneeling, continuing to bend the knee. You're just gonna lean back, then lift your knees off the ground. Then we're gonna do sit-ups. You're gonna suck that tummy in and then relax. Now you're seeing why we do this. Put your knees in the maximum flexion with plantar flexion of your foot. In other words, your foot is pointed, your knees are bent. This is what we use in running. So if you can't do this, you can't run. Stop looking at my abs.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna curl those toes under. Oh, we're gonna stretch out the soles of the feet, which gets the plantar fascia and also the Achilles tendon into the calf. But if you feel excessive pressure in those metatarsal heads, remember to push your heels back. Abs nice and tight, suck in that tummy. Smiles are up. Good. Gonna point those toes again. You're gonna put your block out in front of you. We're gonna open up your hip flexors a little bit. You're gonna put your foot on top of the block. Your abs are nice and tight. Usually we do this on the ground. We're gonna do this with your foot down. You're gonna straighten that rear leg and you're gonna stretch. Whoa. It's gonna be different because your foot's raised up. It's a deeper stretch. You should feel a nice pull in your rectus femoris and your adductors. And good. Knee comes down. Your heel drops off the edge of the block. You're in this position again. You're just stretching. This will stretch out your soleus. It's like you're taking a knee in a huddle. Group huddle. This is stretching out that soleus. Try to keep your heel down as we go into that position one more time. Oops. Oh, sorry.
No.
And good. Let's switch sides. So what we're doing is opening up the stride a little bit. Foot goes on the black hole foot. You might feel binding on this hip now, and that's okay. Keep breathing. Keep your abs engaged. Good. Put your knee down. Your foot's gonna come off the, or heel's coming off the block. You're going into your huddle position. Open up that soleus. Okay, keeping your heel off the end of the block, hands go down, rear leg goes straight. Keep breathing. 10.
10.
And lower down. Oh. Come back into kneeling again, just see what things starting to feel like. You should feel no pressure in your low back. If you do, it means you accidentally used your low back. We're going to quickly do some pelvic floor exercises. You're going to put your ball on top of your block. Then you're going to go midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Ah. Shoulder blades are down and back, your head's over the top of the ball. And we're gonna work our sit-ups, sucking your tummy as hard as you can, tighten your pelvic floor. Tummy, pelvic floor. All together now. Okay, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. Hands are gonna go up over the top of your head and then back down out to your sides. Not a big deal, this is more for range of motion than it is muscles. Feel what it feels like to lift and really get it over the top of your head, like you're trying to block a volleyball as it's coming over a net. So Maria and I could defend. Keep your pelvic floor on, keep your abs on. Okay, arms go back behind you. Oh, pop your chest up. Move your head and neck around. Keep breathing, keep smiling, keep your abs engaged, your pelvic floor on. So think about this. These people that were in our pickleball class or group that we're in went from looking like old people who could barely stand and barely move to now looking really athletically viable. Just think about what kind of implication that has on their internal health, their organ health, inflammation, cardiovascular health, blood pressure, blood sugar, all these different things from a little bit of activity. How much more functional oxygen flow to the brain and to all the different organs. Okay, go ahead, release those arms. You're gonna put your hands behind your back and we're gonna do the Mick Jagger. You're gonna bring your shoulders forward and back. Abs are nice and tight. You can rock around the stage, popping your chest up like Mick Jagger. Keep that pelvic floor on, don't let it turn off. Smiles are up. Okay, and then we're gonna do Maria's neck sit-ups. I love these.
I'm gonna get dizzy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start with rotating our head around in a circle. Core coordinating the breath. As you find the rhythm, you're going to connect that rotation to your abdomen. As your head comes into flexion, you're going to engage your pelvic floor, lower abs, transition through the obliques. And as your neck goes into extension, you're going to engage your upper abs. Try to visualize that circular motion with your cervical spine, connecting to the circular motion through your abdomen. Okay, and then pausing in center, we're going to go in the opposite direction. First, starting with the cervical spine, neck motion, and then connecting to your abdominal musculature. As your neck comes into flexion, engage your pelvic floor, lower abs, transition through your oblique. As your neck comes into extension, engage the upper abs. Again, visualizing that circular motion with your cervical spine, connecting to the circular motion in your abdomen. Okay, and then coming back to center.
Just see how different things feel and how more connected and integrated your neck is into your core. And it's always interesting, I saw this before I left for Hawaii from California. I saw someone get pushed from behind, and not too hard, but it was such a jolt on the neck, they ended up getting whiplash because they didn't have a connection to their abs. And that's what you're doing for yourself, is setting up a scenario where your neck is supported by your abs. So when you're playing pickleball or you get in a car accident, you can walk away with no cervical pain. Okay, we're gonna take our feet forward. Oops, oh well. Chest is up. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're going to do sit-ups. Tighten your abs, relax. Make sure those feet are parallel. Knees are over tops of your feet. Suck in your tummy and relax. Okay, we're going to get back into our little bounce because it strengthens the pelvic floor. And it gets you used to having your hands above your head. Really reach on this one. This is more like you're at a revival. Chest is up, abs are nice and tight, smiles are up. Come off midline.
We need to match the song, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now you're going to take your roller and it's going to go behind your back, behind your shoulders. It's like you're leaning against a railing or something.
Uh-oh.
Your chest is up.
Microphone.
Oh. Just move your head and neck around with your shoulders open. We're going to have a little trouble with space on this next one. Okay, come back to center and twist, 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 twist. This will help you twist your torso. Athletic ready position, so your knees are over the tops of your feet, your knees are bent. And now your torso is able to move. That's wonderful.
I know it's easy to just kind of twist your shoulders around, but really try to connect through your abs and create that abdominal contraction as you twist.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to Annie's favorite exercise. You're going to put this roller behind your head. Whoops. And then you're going to take your opposite hand, grab a hold of that roller, pull it to your butt.
Okay.
So,
Microphone issues.
I know, my microphone's right in my back. Okay. Your goal is to bring your head back to the roller and not your roller to your head, so no bending your roller. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. You're going to take your, what is this, left shoulder back, right shoulder back, and you're just going to twist, 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 twist. Try to keep that roller against your booty as well as the back of your head. This will help you stand up straight and open up those shoulders. Stay on top of your pelvic floor. Keep your pelvic floor on, because we don't want this ball ending up in your mouth.
20.
Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Left hand on top, right hand bringing the roller to your bootay. Left elbow out, right shoulder back. Ooh. And rock, rock, rock. Want y'all to have really nice posture. Oh. And good.
15,
Oh, okay.
16, 19, and 20.
Okay, 20. Now, you're gonna put the roller behind your shoulder blades, hands go behind your head. Okay, here's what's the tricky part. We want you to put your head over the top of your pelvic floor. I know it's easy to bring your head forward, but we're not on a slave ship. You're gonna bring your head back over the top of your pelvic floor. That'll open up your shoulders, and we're gonna bounce, 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 bounce. This will be a happy slave ship. Abs are nice and tight, suck in that tummy. Okay, and then one last time, take your roller over the top of your head, just see what it feels like to have it over the top of your head, suck in your tummy, and then we're gonna bounce. Okay, good. Go ahead and bring that roller down. As we come into the recovery position on your hands on knees, we're gonna do pelvic floor exercises. Still, close up your rib cage, tighten up your pelvic floor, suck in second chakra as you do sit-ups here, suck in that tummy in, and release. Suck it in, release. Smiles are up, release. Abs are nice and tight, and release. Keep breathing. This lighting makes us look really tan. Okay, going to the beach made us look really tan too.
20.
Okay, let us come to the ground. Yeah, yesterday Maria took me to the beach because we just needed a break because we were gonna lose our minds. And I actually caught 10 waves yesterday. That has to be an all-time record. I only purled twice. Oh, it sounds like I stood up. I didn't stand up, I laid on a board. But I still have an amazing ability to purl on a board that is, you know, I'm on my belly. Okay, so we're gonna stretch out the shoulders. Your thumbs are gonna go into thumbs up. We're gonna be like Fonzie, and we're gonna take our thumbs out as we stretch forward and come back. As you go out and you go back, you're using your abs. You're not using your shoulders. This is too much torque on the shoulders. Try to keep it in your abs. It's okay if your butt goes in the air. Just stretch everything out. We're just getting you more upright. This is what happens over time. We start rounding the upper body and straightening the lower half of the body. We want it in reverse. We want to bend the lower half of the body and lengthen the upper half of the body. Okay, now you're going to take your left hand to center, right hand behind your back as you stretch forward. You can add a twist and come back.
Abs engaged.
Keep breathing. Is that 10?
9.
I knew it.
10.
Okay, switch sides. Feel what it feels like to reach with this side. Does it feel exactly the same or different? You come out of your abs and overly use your shoulders. that 10?
10.
All right. Stretch out, see what it feels like. As you take your arms over top of your body, it should feel a whole lot easier to connect into your core. Which leaves us one more thing to do. The roller is going to go behind your shoulder blades. We're going to roll out our spines. I don't know how Mario and I are going to do this. But as you roll towards your head, your toes will go up. As you roll towards your feet, your heels go up. As it gets easier, your arms are to go straight over the top of your head. Obviously, Mario can't do it because there's no space.
Can.
Oh, she can. Yay.
It's just that I can't hold my hair.
Careful of hair, jewelry, clothing, and drawstrings. That's a good point. You can add a twist to get one side more than the other. Ooh. Just get out anything that feels sore. You could do range of motion as you sit on the sore spots. Okay, and then roll down the roller until it's under your head like a pillow. There's never an argument with this one. Turn your head to left and right. Just say no. To see what it feels like side to side. As we now continue by taking the roller out from underneath your head and replacing it underneath your sacrum. Legs will go up in the air. We're just going to pump the toes to your nose. This is opening up that gastroc soleus, but it's also helping the blood go back from your feet to your heart. And that's what the soleus actually does for you. Jaws relaxed. Okay, now you're going to bend your legs and straighten them. There should be no pressure or discomfort in your knees because this is non-weight bearing. Just see what it feels like, see what you have to stabilize in terms of musculature to get it out of joint and into the muscles. You should feel your quads stretching, your hamstrings working, maybe even a little bit of calves along with your abs. Okay? And now go for a walk, one at a time. Notice if both legs bend equally, which they should, and if they do, you don't have what's called an unintentional limp. But if one leg's bending much more than the other, you have an unintentional limp because one leg has more rotational inertia than the other leg, and that'll create that unintentional limp. So just balance it out. Okay, grab your right knee, bring your knee to your chest, straighten your left leg. You're opening up your hip flexor. Feel that hip flexor open up? Just a little bit longer. And then we're going to switch sides. You're going to bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Open up your right hip flexor. Notice if one side's much more open than the other. You're breathing. And bring both legs to your chest, or knees to your chest. So, One of the things moving here, Maria convinced me to get, what is it? Huawei Telecom instead of Spectrum. And she's been on me for a while about it, but it's amazing how much better this internet is than the internet we had before.
Which was Spectrum.
Yes. Okay, go ahead and grab a hold of your feet. You're going to let your knees come out. You're going to feel like a frog.
As you open your knees to the side, keep your abs, pelvic floor engaged.
And straighten both legs into the air. Keep your quads on. You could rock from side to side like Maria's doing. Okay, and then now straighten your right leg, keep your left leg bent as you go into spinal rotation. Oh. Feel what it feels like to rotate and twist, but more importantly, feel what you're doing to your internal organs. You're twisting your intestines, you're wringing out your liver, stomach, spleen, and pancreas. All sorts of good things. Got an asymmetrical load on your lungs. This air conditioning is really nice. Okay, we're gonna switch legs. Left leg goes straight, your right leg goes across midline. We're stretching. Oh. And breathing. Now come back to center, both legs go straight against the ground. Abs are nice and tight, opening up those hip flexors one last time. Okay, bend your knees, lift up your butt, take that roller out from underneath your butt. You're now going to lay on your roller lengthwise, butt at one end, head at the other end. Feet are parallel, knees are bent. This is athletic ready position. Your abs are engaged. First, second, third chakras are on. Your head is over top of your pelvic floor. We got athletic alignment in this position. So we're going to work on a little athletic balance as you take both arms into the air. Once you get your both arms in the air, take your right leg into the air. Just balance. There's some days we set this into motion. We're not going to do that today. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Take that left leg into the air. Notice what balance feels like. If you want to make it a little harder, close your eyes. Okay, both legs and arms down. As you take both legs into the air, take your left arm into the air. Keep breathing. And then switch arms. Feel what it feels like to balance. And then the legs and the arm down. Interlock your fingers over your abdomen. You guys stay on your roller. I'm sitting up to bring you home. You guys did an amazing job as usual. It's good to have Maria back. Feel what it feels like to have alignment in this athletic ready position, because the athletic ready position represents just vivaciousness. It has everything to do with life and very little to do with athleticism, because we want to move through life with shock absorption happening in our lower half of our body and lengthening in the upper half of the body, and the ability to activate the riding reflex. So when you're washing the dishes, I want you to think of athletic ready posture, because that's the way that creates the least amount of stress in your body as you're doing physical labor. And what happens is we get in the bad habit of tucking our tail as we sit, using our phones or on our computers, or even driving. So come back in the center, start your breathing process. Feel the lengthening process of head to tail. The shock absorption bending process of the lower extremities, hips to feet. Find your way to centering and meditation. Feel what it feels like to breathe. So on behalf of Maria, who is here with me today, we would like to say thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for loving us. Doing these crazy things we ask you to do. We appreciate you so very much. And namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, Gillian.